Okay, and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we're going to go into S3 and create a bucket and then add some files to that bucket. So we're on the AWS console and we want to click on S3. And we'll see this landing page because we haven't accessed this before. So it says, welcome to Amazon Simple Storage Service, and we want to go in and just create a bucket. So this bucket I'm going to call A Cloud Guru. And I'm going to create this bucket in Ireland. Now remember, this creates a unique namespace on a per region basis. So if somebody has already taken this bucket name, it will give you an error message. So let's actually just try the bucket name test. No, and there's the error message. The requested bucket name is not available. The bucket namespace is shared by all users of the system. Please try a different name and try again. So let's try A Cloud Guru. There we go. We've created our first S3 bucket called A Cloud Guru, and we've clicked on the bucket, and you can see different properties around this bucket. So we can see permissions. We can see static web hosting. At the moment, static web hosting is not enabled. We can enable it if we wanted. We can see logging, which is not enabled by default. We can have event notifications, so this will send alerts or triggers, and depending on what event that you select. So if we have a quick look here, we might say, okay, if somebody puts an object in our bucket, please send to an SNS, a simple notification service. So it could text you, for example. We have our versioning, and we have lifecycle. We also have tags for our buckets, and then requester pays. And enabling requester pays on this bucket basically causes the requester, instead of the bucket owner, to pay for the charges of the request and data transfer. But don't worry too much about that. That won't actually come up in the exam. So now that we've got this bucket, why don't we add some files? So we click on the bucket itself. We can create a folder. We'll call it my test folder, and I also just want to upload some files, so I'll click on the upload button, and I'll click on the add files button, and let's just upload a test logo, become a Cloud Guru. There we go, and we hit the start upload button. And there we go, we've put our first object within a bucket. So the testlogo.png bucket file sits within our bucket. Now in order to see the URL that we would use to access this, we can simply click on the file and click on properties. And you can see here that would be the URL to access this object that sits within our bucket. Now what happens if we click on that now? And you can see by trying to access that link, we're getting an XML file which says error. And if you go into the code, it says access denied, just like out of that old Lawnmower Man movie. So we can't actually access this file publicly. And the reason for that is, if you recall from our last lecture, all buckets are created private from the beginning. You have to actually go in and make something public. So why don't we do that now? We'll go back to our S3 management console. We'll click on the icon, and we can go actions, make public. And we'll say, are you sure you want to make testlogo.png public? I'll say OK, and it says that it's been made public. Now if we go back to this tab and we hit the refresh button, there we go, we can see our logo. So in this lecture we have uploaded some objects to an S3 bucket, and we have made that publicly accessible. In the next lecture we'll look at versioning and lifecycle management. So join me when you get some free time, and thanks for your time.